Hello, everyone. Good morning here in Canada, specifically here in Ontario.
Kasagsagan ang pananalasa
hello?
ng bagyong Jolina kahapon.
Sorry about that. That's is my audio okay, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Good morning,
Yeah,
Alberta.
we could hear you.
Okay, perfect. Today it's Friday. It's September 10. I know it's a weekend for in the Philippines. Magandang araw, magandang gabi po sa Philippines, all over the world, Dubai, UAE, Singapore, Qatar, and all over the world for all our Filipinos viewers. Good evening po. Once again, this is your Kuya Nikki and Kuya Mikmik here again, sharing our experience at the same time, featuring our partner schools. Especially today, we have very special guests. It's a school that is a very well-known school in Alberta, specifically in Calgary. Without further ado, let me introduce you Andy. He is the International Manager for Southeast Asia for Southern Alberta Institute of Technology. Hello, Andy. How are you?
Hello, everyone. My name is Andy. Yes, I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, well, how's the weather? Are you in Alberta or?
So I'm currently in Vietnam. So I truly believe that it's evening right now in both Philippines and Vietnam right now. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, what time is in Vietnam right now?
So now it's 9 p.m. right now.
Oh, 9 p.m. Right here it's 10 p.m. here in Ontario. And Kuya Mick, what time is it in Alberta?
Right now in Alberta, it's a bit cloudy and a bit cold. It's 8:04 a.m.
That's in the morning, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think the time difference really is a big factor, and that's why we decided to put this in Friday night here in the Philippines, so that all of our countrymen are at home and they have time to really watch this very informative info session that we have. And just an FYI for everyone, SAIT is located in Calgary, Alberta. It is one of the most number of Filipinos as well. Marami po tayong, there's a lot of kababayans in Calgary. And specifically, Kuya Mikmik is also there in Calgary. How's the weather in Calgary, bro?
Weather is perfect. I don't have to wear any jacket yet. I'm still wearing t-shirt right now, so it's still wonderful. We'll find out about winter in the coming months. But we've been to SAIT, actually, Kuya Nikki, if you recall, we've been to SAIT a number of times. And
yes.
We're finally happy to see and to be with Andy right now as a representative from SAIT. And it's always good to hear it directly from the representative as well. SAIT is a beautiful school. We've seen the facilities. It's really awesome. The location is great. I believe the C train is just across the street and lots of parkings for those who are driving. And it's near the core of the downtown itself.
Yes. Yeah.
That's right.
So we don't want to take a lot of time for you, Andy, because I know everyone is excited to really know SAIT. And the floor is yours. We'll be putting ourselves on mute, and questions will be going after flowing after your presentation. So you have all the floors now.
Thank you so much. Okay, so now let me share my screen so everyone could have a look and see it. So I do hope that everyone could see my slide right now, right?
Yep, we could see it.
Okay, that's good to know. So once again, I don't think that I would like to go through something key points about benefit of Canada, because you guys already know that there are so many benefits to study in Canada, because you will receive a very good education quality, as well as the courses of living and study here in Canada is quite competitive, it's quite reasonable, as well as the study environment here is very open. They are very welcome for international students, also included Filipino students. And the other things that I would like to say is about PGWP. So I think most of you already know that it should be a good way for you. After graduations, you can have more times to find jobs in Canada, and it could be a good pathways to do the immigration later on. So basically, you guys already know that our SAIT, we located in Calgary cities, and we are in the western part of Canada, in Alberta provinces. And maybe some of you have heard about Canada before, and you only heard about cities like Ontario, or I'm sorry, like Toronto or Vancouver. But how about Calgary? How big it is and how the cities look like? So I would like to invite all of you to watch short videos about Calgary.
Let me take you on a quick tour of Calgary. First thing you'll notice, the skyline. With the mountains in the background, it's good. You'll probably take a picture. As you move towards the inner city, you'll feel its culture, the varying neighborhoods. You'll see art. Something will jump out at you. Oh, I should check that out, you might say to yourself. Welcome to Calgary. The place is bustling. Yeah, see, most people are surprised when they get here. They expect something a little more, rustic. Anyway, settle in. You've got a million different things to do, people to meet, places to see. Start with a little food maybe. Check out the culinary scene, a lot of options. Some of the best restaurants in the country are here. Feel like partying? You more of like a dive bar type, or do you want to hit the club? We can do a beer hall or billiards, live music, whatever you want, we got you. There's major events year round, pro sports, live music. Major acts come through here constantly. There's something going on every night. If you're a morning person, maybe get up early and take in some of the great outdoors. The city's covered in pathways, the longest paved urban pathway system on the continent, in fact. It's over 1,000 kilometers, or around 620 miles if you don't speak metric. So go for a ride, hit up a park, go fishing right downtown if that's more your thing. The inner city's got beautiful outdoor spots, and then there's like the outdoors. Head west about an hour and you'll find yourself right here. Yeah, remember to breathe. See, Calgary's got the unique pleasure of being a major metropolitan city while also being a stunning outdoor destination. All the arts, culture, events, dining, and nightlife surrounded in the most beautiful, most fun mountain and park areas that ever graced your eyes. And look, I don't know exactly what you're looking for or what your idea of a good time is, but what I do know is that you will find it right here in Calgary. Try us. Be part of the energy.
Okay, so that is a short videos about SAIT. So basically, in Alberta province, we try to attract a lot of international students, and also we have Filipino students coming to study there as well. There are so many benefits. Of course, one of the things is that there are so many opportunities for you to work during studying here as well as after the graduations. So when you study at SAIT, you still have chances to work on or off campus during your study here, as well as after graduations, you got a chances to apply. I mean, for most of our programs are quite eligible to apply for PGWP, so you can get that one, and then it should be a good pathways for you to do immigrations to other Alberta immigrant nominees programs. And one of them that I would like to say is about Alberta Opportunity Stream. So basically, this program is that if you already complete a bachelor degree or college diploma in Alberta provinces, you got a full-time jobs from suitable Alberta employers. And of course, it should be at least 1 year of a contract. And if you got at least 6 months of working experience from that full-time jobs and that positions, I mean, the work is relevant to the major or to the programs that you complete during your diploma or bachelor before. So you can totally have minimum, requirement to apply for Alberta Immigrant Nominees Program as well. And the second thing is about the cost of living. It's pretty, reasonable when you compare with Toronto or Vancouver. So the average living expense is around 800 Canadian dollars per month. And the good things here in Alberta is there's no provincial sales taxes. So which means that whenever you buy goods or service, you only pay for the federal tax only, which is only 5% in Alberta. But if you go to like in Ontario or BC, so you have to pay for provincial sales tax as well. So the total tax that included in your good or service that you purchase could be around 12 to 13%. So basically, you can save a lot of money when you study and live in Alberta. And also, when you are a student studying here in Alberta, you will receive free universal healthcare. So basically, you can save something like 1,000 to 1,500 Canadian dollars per year for the healthcare insurance. And of course, here's the table that I would like to say about, as you can see here. So in Alberta, you pay the tax rate is only 5%. So it's pretty low than other provinces. And what I have to say as well is when you study in Alberta, for example, if you have a full-time, a part-time job, for example, so the minimum wage when you work in Alberta, even for part-time jobs, you will get paid a minimum of 15 Canadian dollars per hour. So basically it's pretty high, among other provinces in Canada. So you can earn some money as well as save a lot of money at the same time due to the low tax rate. So that is the benefit when you can think about study and work in Alberta. So for Calgary, I have to say we are not the capital cities of the Alberta provinces, which is Edmonton, but Calgary is one of the biggest cities in terms of population and as well in terms of the economics development as well. So currently we have nearly 1.5 million people living in Calgary. And I have to say that in Calgary, we are an urban cities. So from the video that I have showcased to you, so we kind of like urban city is pretty similar like Toronto or Vancouver, but at the same time, we have so many green places or parks inside the cities for residents to take some rest. As well as for Calgary, they are a big city that have a strong economic development. So in the past, people normally think that Calgary is only focused about oil or gas industry, but currently they try to diverse the economic fields into many things like finance, economics, biotechnology, bioenergy, or even IT and hospitality and tourism as well. So for Calgary, people living here, they are quite happy with the lifestyle here as well as the good public transport system. We have a very young population here, and the majority of population are local Canadians. So when students study here, they get a chance to experience and make friends with a lot of Canadians here as well. And for the incomes in terms of Calgary, so the median income for people working, for example, full-time here in Calgary, they could earn at least 60,000 Canadian dollars per year. So it's pretty high among other big cities in Canada right now. And of course, for Calgary, we have so many restaurants, so many entertainment activities inside and outside of the city as well. So you can travel to Banff, to national parks, as well as Rocky Mountains, which is pretty close to Calgary. And also, there are so many festive as well for you to experience about the local culture here. So for SAIT, I have to say that we are kind of very oldest polytechnics, post-secondary institutions here in Alberta. We was founded in 1916, and we are kind of the largest colleges in Alberta right now with more than 16,000 full-time students starting. So basically, our program is very hands-on. We try to teach students with practical things, and the student got a lot of chances to work learn by doing. So they will learn from faculties which is professional in the field that they have a touch for students. They also have a lot of networks with potential employers inside and outside the cities to connect students to projects or to work placement, internship, things like that. And our graduation employment rate is pretty high. It's around like 91%. So we could guarantee a very good future for students after graduations. And of course, we located in Calgary, and we are pretty close to the downtown of the cities. So we have one C train station located near the school. So it takes you only, I think, 2 or 3 stops to travel from SAIT to the downtown. So it takes you only 10 minutes. It's pretty convenient for you to go around between learning at school as well as go to the downtown for entertainment or to working for part-time jobs, things like that. And currently we have nearly 3,000 international students. And we have every year nearly 100 new students from Philippines as well study here. And we try to offer students a lot of support in terms of academic, in terms of advising in terms for immigration, like study permit or visa extensions, help them to take part into workshop about PGWP and other things. And currently we offer a lot of programs for international students to apply. And our tuition fee is around 18,000 to 22,000 Canadian dollars per year. It really depends. So I have to say that we try to, of course, have a lot of good state-of-art facility for students. So they have clinics, they have good facilities to do practical things inside the school, as well as we have applied research for them. We also have some kind of co-op or practicum for students in the final year for them to apply what they have learned so far into their practical life. And we also have very small classes. So normally we have around 20 to 25 students per class only. So students could work in class in group work efficiently, and also they will get a lot of attention from our faculty as well. And of course, we currently have more than 11,000 industry partners. So those industry partners will provide, say, a lot of insight about how we can evaluate and improve our teaching method, about the knowledge that we try to give for students, as well as the number of connections or number of internship, co-op, or work placement that we can provide for students to work as well. So we keep in touch very close with this industry partner and get them engaged with students as well. So yeah, we have so many schools which different fields that students could apply. And I will try to take some key programs that we do see that Filipino students are interested in the later slide for the upcoming next time. So basically for the program and courses, we have some programs have bachelor degree, which is a 4-year programs. And normally students will need to have IELTS 6.5 with no band below 6 to study for bachelor degree. But most of our program will be college diploma, which is 2 years program, or some program has 1 year certificate. So the requirement is normally that you have to complete your high school documents. And I highly recommend that when you do your study in Philippines, it should be K-12. But if you do on K-10, I mean the old curriculum, you should also have to submit your post-secondary educations, like your college diploma or your bachelor degree in Philippines as well. But basically, for Filipino students, I have good news that currently SAIT is still with IELTS for Filipino students. If you can demonstrate on your high school or your post-secondary documents that the medium of instruction is in English, so we can wait for IELTS. So there's no need that you have to take IELTS to apply to SAIT when you come from Philippines. Yeah, so I will try to go through very quickly. we have first is School of Business. So we have so many students applying for these programs. And of course, for the diploma, but business administrations, we have 6 major that you can choose in terms of supply chain or marketing or management, or accounting, financial or HR. So those are very good programs as well. And currently for this program, when you study, you have chances to do a lot of business case, as well as we have consulting projects for students to work on with. So they have a lot of chances to experience. And of course, as I told you, Calgary is the biggest city in Alberta, and also it is the biggest economic hub here in Alberta provinces. So we have so many companies related to finance or other economic fields that need us, personnel to work on with. And especially Alberta is also, Calgary is the, it's a logistic hub here in Alberta. And Calgary International Airport is in charge of, communicating or commuting around like 75% of goods or services in Alberta provinces. So there are so many works here as well for you to do on and work on with. And we have seen that students, when they graduate from our School of Business, the starting median salary could be around like 50,000 Canadian dollars per year. With the employment rate is now 91%, so it's pretty high. And for our School of Business, we are still, according to a CEO World Magazine, we are still one of 3 Canadian schools on the top rank of the best business school on the world. So we are just behind Uni of Toronto. And of course, you will have a chance to get a lot of connect with network of over 40,000 alumni in this field of business. So they could give you a lot of chances to connect it with potential employer as well. For the School of Hospitality and Tourism, we have seen students interested in hospitality and tourism management as well, of course. But if you like to do something about cooking, we have baking and pastry art, or we have culinary art as well for you to choose. And of course, as SAIT, we have our we have a lot of student-run organizations, like we have student-run restaurant, we have student-run travel organization as well. So it should be a good base or foundation for you to work on this first during your study at SAIT, and then we will try to give you placement into a restaurant or hotel or other facilities inside the cities for you to do the work placement. And for the hospitality and tourism diploma, we have also 6 major about event, travel, restaurant, hotel for you to choose as well. And we see that the employment rate for this program is pretty good. It's around 94%. With the median starting salary is around like 45,000 Canadian dollars per year. For School of Energy, I have to say that we are the very first energy school here in Canada. And of course, Calgary in Alberta, we have a very strong history about the oil and gas industry here as well. So that's why we have so many good companies about oil or gas industry, about mining, or about bioenergy as well for you to work on, like like Shell or BP, things like that for you, for this company here in Canada, for you to do apply research for them during the study at SAIT, and then you can find internship later on. And the employment rate for this program is around like 85%, with the starting salary is around 16,000. So it's pretty good as well. For School of Constructions, we normally see that students could be interested in architecture or civil engineering. So students, when they do this program, they could have projects with companies like MicroStation, 3M Canada, or other companies in the field of project management as well. And we do see the employment rate for this program is around 90%, with the starting salary is around like 55,000 Canadian dollars per year. School of Health, we don't have much option for Filipino students, but we have 3 programs that Filipino students could apply, which is about opticians. If you want to work about doing optician services for client, if they have something about eyes problem, it could be like short-sighted problem, or if they want to make some kind of lensing, things like that, they could do about opticians. We also have about health information management, which is normally like admin in the hospital. And we also have dental assisting to do support related to dental health services for you to study. So those programs are open for international students as well. And at Calgary, we currently have like 8 hospitals, and we have so many private health facility or companies as well here for you to do placement or do practicum later on. But of course, we do have clinics inside the school for you to practice first. And this program will have employment rate is around 96%, with the starting salary is around 15,000 Canadian dollars per year. Our School of Information and Communications, we have information technology. So if you like more about hardware, you could choose computer system, or if you are more focused about software development, we have that major as well. And of course, we have things like network or telecommunication system. And if you like doing something about cybersecurity, we have information system security as well. So this program, we do have projects for students. They could work with companies like Microsoft, Oracle, or Amazon Web Services to do project as well. In terms of the communications, I have to say that we have other programs like new media, or journalism, film, radio, or graphic design for you to study. And then when we companies like Omni or CBC or other communications or media companies in Alberta or in Calgary for you to find job after graduations. For the program of IT and media, the employment rate is 92%, with the starting salary is around 55,000 Canadian dollars per year. For School of Transportation, we will put a lot of focus about automotive and aircraft maintenance. So you can work with companies like General Motors, Ford, or WestJet. So we have our own garage inside the school for students to do practice. And we also have real classes inside Calgary International Airport as well for you to practice. For School of Manufacturing and Automations, we have programs like welding or mechanical for you to study. So basically those information I'm trying to see like some kind of key programs that I do see Filipino students are interested in. We also have English Language Foundation program. So this program is only for international students that who could not meet the requirement of IELTS like 6.0 to study our diploma. But as I told you before, for Filipino students, we will totally waive IELTS requirement if you can demonstrate in your documents that the medium of instruction is in English. So there's no need to submit IELTS, and then there's no need to study English Language Foundation as well. So of course, besides the study, we have a lot of good facility like gym, soccer fields for students to improve their physical appearance. We also have student clubs for you to connect and make friends with other students from different nationality or local Canadians, and get in touch with a lot of community activities inside the cities. And it could bring you a good way to get reference from Canadian as well. And of course, we have also career services that we support students to, have preparation in terms of have improved their CV, do mock interviews, or we even invite them to attend career fairs inside the school Also, for each school department, we have industry night that we will invite potential partner from the region coming to the school, so that student can bring along the CV directly to that event, and they could have interview and have a chance to have internship or offer about graduation job later on. So as you can see from here, we also have something like a health dental insurance, which is 252 Canadian dollars. So as I told you before, if you are an international student starting at Calgary or in Alberta, you will receive free universal healthcare, but that one is not included insurance for optician or dental health. So that's why you have to pay extra money for that cover. And this will be included in our tuition fee already, in our total tuition fee already. So there's no need to be worried about that. And of course, you will get UPass, which is a public transportation ticket. You can use whenever, any type of public transportation in Calgary to travel inside the city as well. And there's no need to pay extra money. And for each program, you may have to buy your own book or supply. So it really depends on the program. It could cost you 1,000 to 1,500 Canadian dollars per year. So for SAIT, to make you feel comfortable, we have our own resident inside the school. So we have like 2 big building for you. So you can choose to study in this apartment. So all of them are fully furnished, and you don't have to worry much more about the condition here. So basically, we have so many type of options for you to think about. If you want to study alone into a 1-bedroom apartment, so the cost could be around like 5,000 to 6,000 Canadian dollars per semester. But if you decided to live in a share room, it could be a 4-bedroom apartment or 2 bedrooms, so the cost will be less. It could be 3,000 to 4,000 Canadian dollars per semester. And of course, we have scholarships for international students. But basically, these scholarships, I mean, the value is around, we have different values program. So the values could be 1,000, 2,000, or 5,000. So I highly recommend you to go to our website to learn more about that. And for those scholarships, we will try to see based on student academic achievement, as well as your, how to say, your motivation letter, how much community involvement that you have before. And based on that, we will try to select the best student and give the value of scholarship. But that one will be applied on your second semester, not for your first semester. But I do hope that in the future, we will have our own regional entrance exam. Regional entrance scholarship, so that Filipino student could apply separately, hopefully, but I will keep you posted. And here's an example of one Filipino student that already graduated from SAIT before. She did really well, and she already got an entrance scholarship of 5,000 value. And also she got a lot of award during their study at SAIT as well. So that is a very good example. And of course, so for SAIT, please try to apply as soon as possible, because we have 3 intakes, which is September, January, and May. And we normally open application date 1 year before the starting date of the intakes. So that's why we offer early conditional acceptance. So be sure to check on our website and apply as soon as possible if you have interest on SAIT. And currently our application fee is $150, with the tuition deposit in order to get LOA is $1,750 Canadian dollars. That is the requirement. And of course, once again, our IELTS requirement is 6.0, but we will waive for Filipino students. So I have to say that that's all information that I have, and I would like to invite you to watch a short video about student testimonial at SAIT.
I'm originally from Vietnam. When I first came to SAIT, the first thing came into my mind is it's very, very huge. It actually made me so nervous.
I moved from Venezuela. I was so shy. I wouldn't talk to people.
You have to leave something you know so well, leave family behind. I was nervous. You're going to the unknown. Decided to contact the residents. I knew I would be in touch with the students and also be on campus.
People were really, really welcoming. They helped me a lot in getting to know better about SAIT and about the culture and life in here.
When the day arrived for my trip to come here, I knew that everything was set up properly. I really liked to see that everything wasn't as complicated as it seemed to be.
It offered a lot of places to study. Spend most of the time in the library, and then I can just grab food at Danny's. It's very convenient.
You don't have to take transit to go to class. That's, for me, that's like the deal breaker.
Find food anywhere, anytime at SAIT.
Subway, sushi, Thai food, a bar where students can relax with friends. Whenever I feel that I'm overwhelmed, I always try to take some time out, go to the bowling line, go play ping pong.
We do have the gym on campus as well, but it's nice to have the options here on the student building. It makes you actually think, you know, I don't really have an excuse to not do those things because they're all here. I like that. I can go and do my laundry and then I can just wait for it to be done by relaxing in the gaming room. Calgary feels like it's a big city, but at the same time it feels like a small town. City residents, it feels like it's at the heart of the city. It's amazing.
You can go to the mountains just 1 hour away. I love hiking. That was something I learned here. I feel that I have a sense of family at SAIT. My coworkers has always been there for me.
They care about everything related to you.
It's been so fast, like 2 years now, and it feels like I'm so well adapted now. Trying to kind of remember the first day I arrived here.
SAIT is kind of like a family to me. I know everything in here.
SAIT residents felt it was the best experience I could have had in a student residence.
Yes, so I think that's all from my presentations, and I do hope that you have some kind of good information about SAIT already. And if you have any questions, so feel free to let me know as well as Sun-Cor. And I know that study abroad is a long journey and it's required a lot of research and a lot of good preparations. So I would highly recommend that you guys, if you interested in studying in Canada and especially at SAIT, so feel free to connect it with Sun-Cor. So they have a lot of good experience about helping students to apply and then study abroad in Canada, and especially also help you to work on visa application, because this one is very important, and it should be a good way for you to do if you want to study in Canada. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Andy, for that very informative session you have shared. I'm sure there's a lot of not only Filipinos, but that get that knowledge that you've shared, and also those vital information, especially the tax, the one that you shared is really made a comparison that Calgary, Alberta has the smallest tax rate that they have. Is only 5% compared to other provinces. Just imagine if you're gonna buy if you're gonna go to grocery and buy food, you're just gonna be paying if you're gonna pay $100, you're just gonna be paying $105. In other provinces, you're gonna be paying $115.
Yeah, that's right.
12, so basically, it's 50% less tax in Alberta compared to other provinces.
Yes.
Kuya Nikki, I just realized the campus tour we did on our own at SAIT maybe only covered 50% of the campus.
I don't even know it's 50%. Probably it's 1/3.
Seeing the video that Andy showed, we just realized we didn't actually visited or set foot on the gym, the aeronautic portion of the buildings, the the residences, we thought that maybe the 2 or 3 buildings we saw was it, but thank you for the video. Now we know it's a much bigger infrastructure in terms of no wonder there's 16,000 students being hosted in the school. I've been here in Calgary for just over a month, and when I talk to locals about the school, even the locals actually choose to go to SAIT, and that's actually interesting because in some places they might prefer the universities, but if locals prefer or have also preference for the colleges or the polytechnic schools, that speaks a lot of volumes regarding the quality of the school. It's really nice there too. So we have questions coming in. The very first one, this is coming from Miss Reese Dajos. In your letter of acceptance, is it possible to have a 1+1?
What is 1+1 here?
Okay. I'm sorry. So for some students, they have the intention of studying two 1-year programs, and once they do have that intention, they tell the school, "Can you give me the letter of acceptance indicating 2 programs?" So they apply, so they don't have to apply for an extension of the study permit once in Canada.
Yeah, I do see the point here. Actually, we don't have that kind of offers. So you only get one accepted offer for one program, and you have study and complete that one. And then you can have another offer letter for the next one. So we don't have like things like one-on-one. I do see that students, they normally could do that if they want to study something about postgraduate programs.
Yep.
Maybe they want to take like 2 postgraduate certificate, so 1+1, and then they could got a PGWP up to 3 years and live longer. But that's not the case here in SAIT. And also one thing I have to tell you is that SAIT currently we don't have any postgraduate program for international students yet. Of course, we do have postgraduate program, but currently those programs are only for 4 months or part-time study. So it is not quite eligible for international students to apply for visa. So we only recommend students that if they already have a background about post-secondary education, a college diploma or bachelor degree in Philippines already, the only option is that they could apply to study again diploma as SAIT. But we will try to we are still on the plan to think about having programs that have postgraduate certificate for students to apply. So it could be a good way for them to do that programs and could show a good study plan for visa officer, I believe.
Perfect. Thank you for that information. We also had a mention about scholarship. I just have a question regarding the scholarship. It was the details were outlined, but I might have missed the information. Is this a first come first serve basis, or is there a cap to the number of people that could qualify?
There's nothing like first come first serve. So I want to make clear like this. So at first, in order to apply for scholarship, currently as SAIT, you need to get accepted offer from SAIT first.
Yes.
So yeah, and you have to pay tuition deposit first as well. So after that, you can apply for scholarship, and you can apply to multiple programs of scholarship that we have currently on our website. And when you do a scholarship application form online, so you can apply multiple programs at the same time. And if you are accepted, you will get in total for all of these scholarship value. And I have to tell you that, of course, first you need to get accepted from SAIT. You have to pay tuition deposit. And then we also have, a deadline to receive scholarship applications, which is normally before 1 month of starting date of the intakes. And then after that, we will evaluate those applications. And normally it takes us at least 4 months to do all evaluations and give the result. So basically students still have to pay full tuition fee for the first semester, and they will be notified that if they were accepted for scholarship, and that value will be applied for the second semester of the first year study. Yeah.
All right, perfect. That sounds fair. That sounds fair.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for
Okay.
the details regarding that one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I have a question here, bro. It's regarding the LOE process or the letter of acceptance process. So their question is that, they're gonna, except for Sun-Cor, we're gonna submit the application. Everything has been sent to you guys, and then you guys will, they will be paying the 150 application fee. And how soon can they get the LOA, or how's the process? Can you walk us through it?
Okay, so the basic admission process is that student, when they apply for SAIT, they have to apply online on our system website, and then they will have to pay application fee of 150. And then after that, that application form will be activated, and then student will get a chances to submit documents like high school documents or post-secondary documents online to SAIT, and then our admission team will start evaluating this document. And it takes at least normally 4 weeks for admission team to get back to student about admission decision. And if they were accepted, they will receive an offer letter by email. And then from the offer letter they have a deadline of 30 days to pay for the tuition deposit, which is $1,750. After paying the tuition deposit, SAIT will issue LOA later on with the receipt as well, and then student can start applying for visa.
Okay, I think that is clear to everyone. Please give or take 3 to 4 weeks to really get an LOA or the letter of acceptance.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a very popular school, so you can just imagine how many people are applying.
Yeah.
It's one. I mean, it's a top school, probably in Calgary. And the good thing with this one, you're going to be, aside from the international students, there's a lot of local students as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, so the full immersion experience is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think when we went there, we saw that SAIT is over 100 years old college. I think there's a big drawing in the when we enter what building is that? There's like 100 years old.
Yes. The architecture was actually really nice. The way the buildings was designed, it's amazing. I just really liked it when we were there. The students, I think there was an event when we were there. The student volunteers were very accommodating. We had a few chats with them. Some of them are from Laos, Vietnam. They were really good. I have another question here, guys. This is from Miss Junaline Beriawel. When is the earliest month you will accept application for January 2023? So this is a bit ahead in the future. So if for those who are planning ahead, as you know, studying is a long-term planning. Like Miss Junaline, she wants to plan ahead. And if she was starting January 2023, when would be the best time for her to start applying for programs?
Oh, yeah, that's very good questions. So as I mentioned in my presentations before, so we try to open our application date earlier. It's such a long time. So for example, if you want to apply for like Form 2022, for example, so we will open our application date on 6th of October, 2021. So that is the things that you should note on. And for the January 2023, we currently don't have the exact date yet, but based on my understanding and based on my experience, we normally try to open application date in the beginning of March. So you can plan about applying to January 2023 in the beginning of March 2022. And of course, for May intake, like 2023, you can start applying from June 2022.
All right.
Thank you very much, Andy. Andy, I have another question here. What's the typical classroom size you have and the typical schedules for international students?
You mean typical schedule?
The classroom size, like how many students in one class?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so normally we try to have only 20 students per classes. Sometimes we could have more, but maximum is 25 students per classes. So I do see that it's pretty small. And when you do a group work or project, so we only have 3 or 4 students per group. So it's pretty good for students to do assignments like that, as well as it's good for teachers to keep track of students as well. Or if students have any questions or inquiries, you feel free to ask support from them instead of going to university when you can study with like maybe nearly 100 of students at the same time. But here in colleges, we have very small classes. And of course, in terms of schedule, so it really depends on each program. So normally you will study properly, like from Monday until Friday as well, and it really depends on the class schedule. So basically, you will register for course credit. So that's why we also have system that you can select it and choose the timetable for you. So maybe one courses you can study in the morning, maybe another courses you will study in the afternoon, and maybe a day that you will study for the whole day from the maybe from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. But maybe another day that you can study only in the morning only. So it's kind of flexible. So it really depends on how did you plan for your course timetable in the future when you get enrolled to SAIT.
Just a follow-up question with that one, and when you mentioned course timetable, do students pick their schedule, or is it a block section kind of situation?
It also depends on the program as well. So basically, if student already pay tuition deposit, get LOA, and then we will send the student a lot of follow-up emails, and we also have emails follow-up from the program coordinator that could tell them that if that program is like a fixed or block schedule or not, and they could base on that recommendation and they can do. Yeah.
All right, perfect. That's good to know. Class sizes are always, good if they're small. When I was still studying, I think we were 40.
That's more efficient because it's more interaction with the instructor or the teacher.
Yes,
and it's more advantage. Learning can be more effective with less students, and
oh
Yeah,
you
that's
mentioned, bro, you guys are like 40 in one class.
Yeah, we started 40. We were 2 sections. We started in 40, and then I guess after 1 or 2 semesters, a lot of people shifted programs. So and then we experienced a smaller class size. Maybe from 40 we became 20. So it's after 2 semesters. And but I could definitely see the advantage of 20 to 25 students in a class. That's really great.
Yeah, Andy, I have another question here. Most of the Filipinos are, I mean, they finished already as nurses or health-related practitioner. What are the health programs that that SAIT can offer? and that could also help them to become a nurse in the future?
Currently, we don't have any programs related to nursing for international students. So, but still, so I try to recommend this program about practical nursing or things like that for my manager Safe, and of course for other academic coordinator. We will try to plan for that, hopefully, but currently we don't have any programs related to nurse practitioner at this time. So basically, students have only option about applying to other health programs like opticians or health information management or dental assisting only.
Yeah, thank you for that. For sure, eventually, I mean, you guys will be going to be, in the future adding those programs. Eventually, that's one of the most questions that we get from most of our Filipino students, because most of them are nurses already and they want to study.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Other questions that you have on my? Do you have any questions, bro, from your end?
Yep, there's still a lot coming in. Andy mentioned about the IT industry in Alberta or in Calgary in particular. So Mr. or Miss Floris Gilles was asking, how's the IT job demand in Alberta? Is it a healthy industry to get into? For example, if somebody wants to come in as an international student venturing into the IT field, are there jobs they should be expecting after?
Yeah, I think that's a very good question. So I do see that, of course, with COVID times and even with the development of technology as well. So IT programs are still very strong, still have strong career prospect. I mean, for a lot of countries, and Canada is also one of them. And of course, in Alberta, from market researches that I have read from Calgary Economic Development. So in Alberta, every year they focus that they will see a demand for nearly 9,000 digital jobs or IT jobs each year. So in Alberta, so I do see that there's so many opportunities for you if you choose this program to study and find job later on in Calgary, Alberta as well to work on with. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Just to share, I've also been hearing some rumors that tech companies are buying buildings left and right in Calgary in particular because of the price difference compared to other provinces. Some of them are intending to put up some of their head offices in Calgary. So going back to the IT field, I believe it's a healthy industry to get into.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, from your information that you have said before, so Calgary is the second cities that have the most concentrations of headquarters.
Wow.
From Canada companies here as well. So the reason for that is because they could take advantage of the the low tax rate here, as well as the high income population as well to do business here as well. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Just to share, I know a lot of Kababara Filipinos who was in IT field when they went to Alberta. It's not hard to find a job for them because, like I say, it's a big city, and there's a lot of job offers for IT field people. Just to share, Kuya Mikmik is also is on the IT side. Me as well is on the IT side as well. But I'm here in Ontario. I didn't find any challenge in applying for an IT job. You just need to really, do your part. There's going to be a lot of probably didn't have, you weren't able to get a job, but continue applying for jobs. And yeah, what else? Are you still okay, Andy, for questions? Time checks, we're already, it's already 11 here. Are you still good with no questions? I do have a question here regarding co-op. How's the process for co-op? I mean, for programs that has co-op, or do you guys help students find a co-op jobs for, or is it paid or unpaid?
So co-op we do have, but it only apply for some programs. And most of other programs, they will have other type of getting working experience. It could be doing about consulting projects, do apply research, or they have practicums or internship like that. So co-op is normally student will think about have a paid internship. We do have co-op, but co-op is currently offered for some programs like Bachelor of Business Administrations, or we have co-op for programs related to culinary art, or to media and communications program, or health program as well. So basically this program we have co-op, and it's normally we last for 4 months of co-op time. So students could basically they in order to apply for co-op, they have to maintain a very good GPA, a SAIT, as well as they have to make our CVs, and then they will have to get through a pre-interview from our employers that who does offer the co-op, and then they will get evaluated and accepted to do the co-op later on.
Yeah, thank you very much, Andy. It's very well said. Because this is the best time that in co-op, for programs that has co-op, this is the best time that they can, present their skills and to the co-op company that they're working for. At the same time, they might get a job and they can get absorbed, right? And aside from that, they can, if they're gonna apply for a job in the future, they can reference that co-op job.
That's right.
Yes. And
Andy, you briefly mentioned about more affordable cost of living in Calgary compared to the other major cities. Calgary being the fourth largest, I guess, in all of Canada. Can you give us a typical example of the cost breakdown in terms of rent? Obviously, the school technically offers free transportation for students with the pass. So if the pass is free and the students are only focusing on paying for their rent, could you give us an idea of typical rent near the area and possible jobs either within the school or near the school?
So basically, I have to say that, for example, the living expense here in Calgary, it really depends on, the price is quite varied, but I have to say that for cost for the housing, it could cost student like for 400 to 600 Canadian dollars per month. And for the food expense, it could cost student like 200 to 300 Canadian dollars per month. So basically, in total, it could cost student like 800 Canadian dollars per month for the living expense here in Calgary. But if you live in Toronto or Vancouver, so you may have to spend at least 1,000.
Oh, probably more.
Probably more. Yeah.
This is one of the best advantages of SAIT.
That's right.
You are experiencing one of the best educations the country can offer, not only the city of Calgary, but for the country. SAIT is just behind U of T in terms of world rankings. That's very good to know. It's also the cost of rent is very, very affordable compared to other provinces.
And don't forget the tax.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Tax is only 5% compared to, I guess, the closest one 12%, I guess.
That's right.
It's
Yeah.
the closest province with a second to the lowest tax rate. If I recall it right, it might be 12%. I might be wrong, but it's very difficult to beat 5%.
Yeah, that's right. And in terms of the public transportation, so if you are a SAIT student, you will receive a U passes, which is included in the tuition fee already. So the U pass that SAIT offer is only 310 Canadian dollars for 1 year. So it means that you can travel freely with on time of transportation inside Calgary. But if you are not a SAIT student and you have to buy monthly pass, for example, it will cost you at least 110, I believe, for monthly passes. So basically, if you got a SAIT U passes, it costs. It saves you a lot of money as well. And I have to say that SAIT is located quite close to the downtown Calgary. So Calgary is still the biggest cities and have very strong economic development in the provinces. So there are so many jobs, part-time jobs that you could find in the downtown of the Calgary as well. It could be working in a restaurant or hotel or other from companies or facilities as well. So there are many opportunities for you to find part-time jobs here.
Oh, definitely. I've been wandering around Calgary since I got here, and contrary to what other people think, because of the oil problem before, people outside Calgary think there are no jobs. I was surprised when we were here. Just in the malls, for example, there's always a posting, we're hiring. Local shops would always say they're hiring. If you check indeed.ca, their jobs are plenty. So
that's right.
I guess this is a good opportunity to clarify that misconception about Calgary. Otherwise, there wouldn't be 1.5 million people there, and it wouldn't be the fourth biggest city in Canada if there are no jobs.
That's right. That's right.
And bro, just to add on that one, Alberta has the smallest rate of tax. Also, they have the highest minimum wage, which is $15.
Yes, correct.
So yes, other provinces, they are around 12, 11, 14. Yeah,
I guess the closest one would be 14.50. Yeah,
if you can do the math, less tax, higher minimum wage.
Yeah.
So, less living expense. The living cost of living. So you can really save a lot of money in Alberta.
That's right.
Okay, Andy, are you still good with a few more questions? We can guess at least one or two. We have a lot of questions, but most of them are on immigration specific.
Okay.
One question that I have here is January 2022 still open?
I have to say that we currently still working on January and May intakes of 2022. But I have to say that most of our programs are currently full already, and students, when they apply, they will be on waitlist. So be sure to check on our website or to check with Sun-Cor to have more details about the specific program that you are applying to. But I have to say that most of our programs are currently full because we are always on high demand, and we have so many inquiries related to application to SAIT. So that's why I have asked for all participants that you should apply as soon as possible if you have interested for SAIT and have a early plan for that. Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
Obviously, with the popularity of the school, the earlier you should apply just to secure your slot.
That's right.
Not only Filipinos that are competing for the slots. There are obviously other students from other countries, but also you are also competing with the locals in Calgary and even in Edmonton to get the programs.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess those are just the questions we have for you, Andy.
Yep,
And
I guess we have covered everything, and we do not want to keep
Yeah.
he's so long. We just realized he's in Vietnam. It must be very late there now. So it's also a Friday. Um, I guess Kuya Nikki will have some words for Andy.
yeah, thank you very much once again, Andy, for giving us this opportunity to really work with SAIT. This partnership is just a beginning, and hopefully we're gonna expand more, and we can do this in a regular basis. And this could be like you can be one of the Kuyas. Kuyas in the Philippines, it's a big brother, so that's how we take care of our younger siblings. Okay, and
Thank you.
any last word for our viewers, Andy, for SAIT?
Yeah, so at first I would like to say thank you once again for Sun-Cor for organizing this webinar and give us a chance to give information for Filipinos. So as I mentioned in my final slide of presentation, so of course studying is a long journey and it requires a lot of researches as well as preparations. And I do see that to make it more comfortable and conveniently, I recommend that students could come to Sun-Cor to get advice about starting at Canada, about visa applications, and they could totally help you to make this pathway become easily. And it should be a good way for you to have immigration later on in the future after graduation in Canada. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Thank you very much for that one, Andy. And hopefully we're gonna schedule the next morning with the Kuyas in the future.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay. We're gonna be continuing our live session, and feel free to exit, Andy. And once again, thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yeah, you too. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Stay safe, Andy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yun po, mga kaibigan, once again, natapos na po din ang isang from Morning with the Kuyas natin. This Friday is a very good school we had. Actually,
Very
si Kuya
popular
Mick,
school, Kuya Nikki.
yes, si Kuya Mick Mismis nandun sa Calgary, Alberta. And yun nga, na-mention ni Kuya Mick na pumasyal kami din sa SAIT to do an in-campus tour. Ang na-tour lang po namin, siguro 1/3 lang po ng campus.
Nung
Sobrang
time
laki.
ni Nikki, sabi ko, ang laki ng school Tapos nung pinakita ni Andy yung video, hindi ko in-expect ang dami pala nating hindi napuntahan.
Yeah. Kasi parang ano siya, isang compound siya eh. Yun. And isang i-share ko sa inyo is wala akong nakitang stairs, puro escalator yung mga escalator and elevators they have.
May escalator, may elevator, very din sila, PWD accessible na
Yes.
for those who have some concerns regarding mobility issues, okay siya. Maganda din sa Calgary, I guess, for our viewers. Merong potato corner, merong Jollibee, merong fried chicken, may seafood city. So basically, hindi nyo mamimiss yung nakagisnan ninyo sa Pilipinas when you're here.
And maraming Pilipino dyan.
Filipinos also very friendly. So that's
yes.
really good.
Bro, shoutout lang tayo sa mga na-approve natin.
Of course.
DIYers, at the same time yung clients natin. Congratulations for the visa approval for your student visa for the family then. Like I always said, this is just the start of your journey. Once you arrive here in Canada, just make sure you prepared all documents needed. Tsaka yung travel time para maiwasan natin ma-offload. Make sure to travel 30 days. I think this is still implemented pa rin.
Always check the Canada website with regards to border updates. Even if we tell it to you now, it might change. So it's better to you check it personally days before your flight, so you will come prepared. Paiba-iba po yung schedule, not schedule, the policies. Sometimes they change, sometimes they stay the same. So to be safe, always check the Canada.ca website po.
And to add lang din bro, sa mga na-approve, please isolate yourself. Lalo na kasi meron tayong mga instances na approved yung visa nila a day before ng flight nila, nagpa-swab sila,
Positive, yes, na nade-delay.
So, yeah, guys, please, kung na-approve na kayo, please isolate yourself. Huwag na tayong mag-risk. Kasi yung tendency nun is mapapa-rebook yung flight natin, which is it costs a lot. And mas stress pa tayo din kasi nga because of the positive result. Yun. Kasi nga, I don't know ano ba yung sitwasyon ng COVID right now sa Philippines, but just precaution lang din and prevention. Kung approve na kayo, iwas na lang talaga to mingle with. Kasi I know Filipino kasi pag approve na tayo, party tayo kasi despedida, ganon.
Minsan,
So,
yes.
Yeah. If you want to really celebrate, probably celebrate within the family lang muna because of this reason. Kasi ang daming instances na offload because of biglang nag-positive the next day na yung flight.
Yes, or worst case, nahawa kayo and then nahawa yung mga elders na mas vulnerable. So this is, also for those asking, ano ba yung dapat dalhin? Pwede ba ako magdala ng mga pagkain na mamimiss ko? More or less, a good number of percentage of the food or items you are thinking of bringing here, thinking na baka wala sa Canada, there's a big chance na nandito naman unless mga highly specialized items. Pero yung, I guess, siguro yung mga gamot, yun, madami nagdadala yung mga gamot. But make sure, check Canada Borders website if yung mga gamot na dadalhin nyo is actually legally allowed to bring.
Yes. Ano din bro, travel light na lang din. Kasi the last thing that you want to happen is yung random check tayo. Tapos pagbukas natin may mga dilato, may mga magic syrup, may mga cup noodles, which is, alam mo yun, ayaw naman natin maging, tawag ito, ma-stop tayo sa border for bringing stuff. No? Para wala nang issue, like Kuya Mikmik said, lahat ng meron sa Pilipinas nandito na rin.
Yeah.
So halos lahat. So, better travel light na lang talaga for easy pag-transition sa border.
I guess looking back, Kuya Nikki, based on experience, tinry kong dalhin lahat ng gamit ko papunta dito. Tapos pagdating ko dito, ay parang kalahati ng mga gamit ko hindi ko na nga nabuksan or nagamit kasi nag-iba yung lifestyle. You became so busy with school. For yung isa kong camera, siguro mga after 2 to 3 years bago ko ulit nabuksan, na nakalimutan ko, dadala ko pala. So it depends. Just prioritize the essentials. Like Kuya Nikki said, you do not want to stress yourself. Remember, once you get to the border, pipila pa kayo to get the permit, so you don't want to get stressed on that one as well.
Yes.
Just do the essentials. Most likely, everything you need will be here unless it's highly specialized. Pagdating natin, syempre tipid-tipid muna tayo, pero wag din tayong convert because you are already the country where dollar is coming from and you have the potential to earn the dollar in that country.
So, bro, talking about the money, confirm ko lang bro, once again, how much maximum money that they can bring inside Canada?
I think because I never did it personally, dumating ako, konti lang talaga yung pera ko. Pero yung sa mga madaming pera, I think if I recall it right, mga 10,000.
Accumulative yun bro, no? Kahit na anong currency, add up nila yun.
There are instances na wala namang problema if you have to bring more. We have students that had to bring a lot. You just have to declare it. If they ask why, you could always say, because I will pay my tuition fee. But for me personally, it might be best na pwede naman kasing ibang transfer one time, big time para lang less stress, lalo na yung dadating may mga bata, baka mawala pa yung cash ninyo, maiwan nyo sa CR pag nagpalit ng bata, or maiwan nyo somewhere kasi hinabol nyo yung bata. Tumakbo.
Yes.
So it's if online bank transfers accessible to you, that could be a good one.
Actually, that's a good reminder, Singo, na kung nasa Pilipinas kayo, for me, kasi I personally have a BPI account, sinetap ko na pwede akong mag-transact even, ano mo yun, nandito ako sa Canada. If you can talk to your bank how the process is, habang nandun pa kayo sa Pilipinas. And ano pa ba? Other reminders pala, bro, sa mga nagpa-process pa lang, if you can process your ECA, your ECA, your WES or ICAS, kasi that's a very long process to do. Kasi marami tayong mga estudyante dumating, bro, na not from our agency na lumapit lang sa atin, that the other agency hindi man lang sinabi na kailangan lang i-process yun. And ending now, they have a hard time doing it.
Yeah, for ECA, for example, I'm not sure. Some schools cannot facilitate an online request. You have to be physically in person in the school. So if you are not coming from the bigger schools in our country, it's always good to have this kasi mahirap pong makuha talaga kung wala kayo. Also, for your PR preparation, if you are already approved, don't forget to get reference letters from your previous employers if you plan on getting points, police clearance from other countries you visited for over 180 days. That's also needed. Yung mga credentials ninyo, have it. Yeah, so those are the things. But we will have a separate topic on this one. Actually, we'll have more. I guess we just have a few more schools to feature, and then we could perfect timing din kasi marami nang pag-graduate. So we could have that conversation about what to do next.
Ano lang yun, konting ano lang din sa mga papunta dito kasi yun ang nagiging challenge ng mga students na nandito. And so once again, yung SAIT is our partner. We would love to help you out get your LOA. They only have $150 application fee. We can waive the IELTS. And probably if you're gonna reach out to us within the week, we can also help you get the LOA. We can try to expedite it. But what Andy said for January 2022, medyo puno na talaga kasi it's a very high demand school.
Yes.
Magiging class week din kasi it's locals din. So talagang yung slot is very limited. So that's why if you're gonna be planning to do the May 2022, please let us know so that we can apply right away. You can reach out to the Sun-Cor's FB page, or you can reach out to me for more details.
Right.
And any immigration updates we have, bro?
Siguro po yan, Nikki, before we end, I'd like to take this opportunity na let everybody know a lot of people are trying to use my name. Once again, I already posted this in our groups. If you do not hear my voice or see my face, most likely it's a scam. The only channel you can get through me is through our official email or through Sun-Cor or through Kuya Nikki. If someone else approaches you telling you they are affiliated with me, you could always ask Sun-Cor to verify, but again, it's the only official channels. You've seen this in the past many times. Si Kuya Nikki po ang official agent for Canadian Immigration Consulting.
Yung mga past videos namin, we showed you guys how to check kung yung kausap niyo po is a registered licensed immigration consultant sa public registry ng mga consultants. At the same time, kung ano yung status nila.
And always demand to see the RCIC.
Yes.
Marami pong agencies and scammers laging sasabihin ay busy or sila daw yung mag-handle, but the truth of the matter is the RCIC should be handling the case. So our clients can attest to it. They see my face, they talk to me, they get updates. So it's yung mga scammers, hindi sasagutin yung tawag ninyo, hindi magpapakita ng muka. So
Yes.
ingat po tayo.
Yeah. So, yeah, just do your due diligence to check talaga. And if you're not sure, you can approach us. Ako palagi naman akong online. Minsan lang hindi ako makapag-reply, but I will reply. Sa mga nagtatanong, why is it that we offer free LOA? Once again, dati po kami mga international student who transitioned to permanent resident in less than 2 years.
Yep.
And we wanted to help our kababayans to come here the cheapest way that they can. At the same time, si Kuya Mikmik, he is the licensed immigration consultant. He is the right person to talk with regarding immigration stuff. And going back, bakit libre? Because
Naging estudyante din
hindi
kasi
naman,
tayo. So,
yeah, hindi naman kailangan talagang gumastos to get an LOA. We are here to help you. Other agencies already charge you for getting LOA. So Sun-Cor, what we offer is we will help you out with the LOA. And then once you receive your LOA, you have the options to do DIY, or you can, if you can't do the DIY, and then we can jump in and offer our services.
yes.
And Kuya Mikmik services, not mine, because he is the one handling the visa processing. But for LOA, we always encourage everyone to do it yourself, because there's no statement in the immigration website that you need a lawyer, a consultant, or agent to process your visa. It's a
Correct.
very straightforward application. You just need to follow instructions, and we do have the group for it, the Study Permit Canada DIY PH group. If you are not a member yet, please do go to that group and add that group. And there's a lot of information that you can gather, and also you can learn before, during your application, or before your application as well. Okay. Once again, thank you very much for everyone for viewing us today. This is your Kuya Nikki and Kuya Mikmik. This is the morning with the Kuyas, and hopefully we'll see you next Friday morning.
All right, guys.
Stay safe, and God bless everyone.
Bye-bye.